Then you get a couple. Then you got your final parts, like you got the deep dish wheels here. Now, of course, with this, the extra parts that would have been on the former kits, those weren't actually on here, so you have quite a bunch of empty space. And then, of course, last of the clear pieces, got the tail lenses, which are molded in white, or not white, they're molded in clear, which pretty much will just end up getting painted red on the backside. And of course, till you end up getting your set of tires. But of course, these ones here, these are no name tires, which is an interesting seeing how they pretty much just retooled these to get rid of all the lettering. But I'm sure but of course, I'm sure you could get, like, say, decals to modify the detail or to enhance the detail. And like, if anything, like all vehicles, you get your complete set of tires. And then you do have the decal sheet for the truck. And now for your basic styling, if you just want to use the Bigfoot letter, the nameplates, you pretty much just end up creating essentially Bigfoot 4 essentially. But whereas using the decals, you pretty much end up getting you end up creating truck either 6, 8, or 9, one of those three. So those are pretty cool. They look like they go on. There's not, yeah, look fairly simple, and then plus being a smooth body with the smooth body line wouldn't have too much to work around with. So there's pretty much that, and there's pretty much that. So one thing I would say, I'm quite surprised how much of this actually shares parts with the original kit. So especially considering how the kit originally uses the heavy duty axles and with lockers and transfer case. Though you do have a couple other parts like drive shafts, which I'm sure would have been used with different trucks. Then you end up having things like completely designing a complete new body style that genuinely looks like that it would have been used for another truck, which there was a different other version of the Bigfoot truck using this body style that was made that I did share a video on. Though considering how well designed it is, I'm surprised that the company didn't actually use this to make a proper production truck. And it's interesting too how despite being two different generations of trucks, the the general premise of it actually shares essentially the same pieces. Like, you have the frame of the 70s truck along with cross members and fuel tank. Same with the engine as well. So having a bunch of those extra parts, it's quite interesting to see how the, how pretty much the company pretty much used whatever they had to create something that works. Especially considering how the trucks would have had your standard wheelbase, but then this would have had to have been modified as you do as with this. It did have the 140-inch wheelbase on the rail truck as compared to, say, the 133-inch wheelbase. So it'll be interesting. So depending on how things go, I may actually get around to building this, see how it actually builds up, because I'm actually quite curious now to see how this actually goes together. Because to think that trucks that are two different styles shouldn't exactly work together, but being designed how they are, they should go together just fine. So that's going to be really interesting to see how that goes. Yeah, so there's that, and then overall, quite there's quite a decent amount of detail, even though it's quite minimal compared to, like, say, a much newer monster truck. So yeah, so with that being said, I think that's gonna be it. So this pretty much just a little bit of an overview of this kit, these two kits. Now, if I'm the question of if I'm gonna do a video on these, it'll probably happen, but not for a while, as I still have quite a bunch of projects still in the works, as well as series that realistically I shouldn't abandon, as I got them started and might as well finish them. So, if anything, keep these. I'll probably keep these to the side for some time when I get more stuff done, so I can get a video built. So we'll get a video built up on either of these kits, depending on which one I end up doing first. So yeah, that's pretty much a look between model kits of what's considered one of the most historic monster trucks out there. So get this one put here. So get the other one here. So yeah, that was pretty much a look at both these kits here. So hope you enjoyed, and see you next time.